Hey everyone, welcome back to another player props video for the WNBA. We only have a 2-game slate for Monday, but the lines are already up for most of the players, so we're gonna just jump right into a few of those bets. Okay guys, so first let's recap a couple of days ago since we didn't have the chance to do that before our video came out. We had 3 best bets on the slate. One was an added play in the pinned comment. The first 2 that were in the video did not hit, so hopefully you did see that pinned comment. I just wasn't sure if Kayla Thornton was going to play, but when it looked like she was going to play, her rebounds line came in just way too low, and I was considering laddering it up to like 8.5, but I've lost a ladder on her this year before on rebounds, so I decided not to do it. I wish I would have, because that one, she did get 10. So Dearica Hamby over 10.5 rebounds and assists. She only had 7. She had 4 in the first quarter, and so I thought she was going to get us there no problem. But she had big problems going up against Aaliyah Boston. Dearica Hamby's a lot shorter than Aaliyah Boston, and it was causing her some major problems in that matchup. And then Veronica Burton over 16.5 PRA. She had 13 and she shot 2 for 9, so she really should have got us there, but she just didn't. It was a tough matchup against the best team in the league, so I don't blame her for that. But if she had just made 2 more buckets and shot 50%, she would have got us there. And then Kayla Thornton over 5.5 rebounds. That was an easy play for me, easy click. And she had double-digit rebounds, 10. So don't let that fool you, though, because I do believe her matchup against the Dream tomorrow is going to be a little bit tougher. So just be a little bit wary of her getting that many rebounds again. And then in today's contest, I don't have any bets in the Chicago Sky and Lynx game that's starting here in about 10 minutes. So we can go ahead and just recap our plays. They went 3-1 for our best bets and 2-2 on our leans, and we did get hooked on one. So Skylar Diggins over 16.5 points. She had 13. She shot 5 for 15, but that's pretty normal for her. So yes, she could have got us there. The starters did sit for the last 2.5 minutes of the game or so on both sides. So that was kind of a disappointing loss. And then Natasha Cloud only had 4 RA. Again, she had only 1, I think, in the first quarter, or 1 in the first half. So I had kind of written that off. She obviously wasn't having a very good rebound and assisting game. She did have a good points game, though, which is funny because that's where I thought she wasn't going to have a good game. So I was just completely wrong about her. And then NECA hooked us with 6.5 rebounds. I think she easily would have got us there, except for Dominique Malonga, their rookie, came into the game and was on fire and just stole a bunch of rebounds. I think she had like 7 or 8 rebounds, and she also shot really, really well. So she kind of took that playing time from NECA. Dominic Malinga is going to be someone we're going to have to watch in the future, stealing those rebounds and some of those points as well. And then Gabby Williams, she was the thumbnail, and she smashed for us. 32.5 fantasy was the line, and she ended with 41.9. She just had a bunch of steals, had a block, and then she was just very actively involved in the game, as I thought she would be. So that brings our total up to 42, 27, and 1 for the season. That's about just barely hovering over 60%. So we definitely want to bring that up a little bit. And just a reminder to anyone who might be new, my leans, I do bet them, but they don't count towards the official record. And I don't necessarily recommend that you bet them. They're just a little bit riskier, or I just don't see them as the same way that I do the best bets. Obviously, though, our leans did perform pretty well, 50-50. Brianna Stewart over 11.5 rebounds and assists. She had 9, so she didn't quite get us there. Tina Charles over 14.5 points. She had 11. This was kind of a weird game. She did not start. She was not in the starting lineup, so I don't know what the Connecticut Sun are doing. They've clearly written off the season, and so we need to be very careful. In fact, I don't know that I'll be betting on them anymore the rest of the year, because if we can't even count on Tina Charles to be in the starting lineup, then I don't think we can count on anything with the Sun. If she had started, maybe she gets us there, but she did play 25 minutes. So, I mean, she still had her opportunities, and she didn't get us there. Asia Wilson under 10.5 rebounds was a hit easily. She had 3. We took her under 10.5 rebounds against the Sun the last time they played, and she also went under for us there as well. Sabrina Ionescu over 27.5 PRA. She had 37. She cleared this at the half. She had 29 at halftime. So that was an easy win for us. I really appreciate it when the players go out and get us the full game line in the first half. That's always really nice. Let's jump into some plays for tomorrow. I have 3 best bets for you. The first one, and this one's going to go up, so I would get this one soon. Kahleah Copper over 20.5 PR. She's over in 2 of the last 3 where she played normal minutes. So in these first 3 games, she didn't play normal minutes. She was working herself back from injury. And then in the last 3 games, she did play normal minutes, and she was over in 2 of those games, including against the Wings, who she just played, and now they're playing again. So she just had 38 against them. I think she can easily just get us 21. Now her points line has moved up from 15.5 to 16.5. Now it's at 17.5. But the rebounds line has not moved. She should get about 4 rebounds in this matchup here. And so if she's getting us 16 points, 17 points, 18 points, and then 4 or 5 rebounds, I think she clears this for us no problem. I would stay away from her points line just because it keeps going up and up and up, although I do think she is probably going to score us between 16 and 20 points. And then Brionna Jones over 6.5 rebounds. She's over in 8 of 15 and over in 4 of the last 5. This is going to be a very, very popular play, so I don't know how I feel about that. I usually don't like to be on the same play as everybody else. She should have a rebounding game. There's no reason why she shouldn't. The Valkyries play at a slow pace. The Dream play at a slow pace. And they're both really good rebounding teams. So maybe there just aren't as many opportunities in this game as we hope there are for those rebounds. But she has the height, that 6'3" height, to go up against Kayla Thornton on the offensive glass. And just, Kayla Thornton, what she's been doing to get her double-digit rebounds is she's been being very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball. When her teammates shoot and miss, she is aggressive with those offensive rebounds and then gets those second chance points. I don't know if she's going to be able to do that going up against Brittany Griner at 6'5" and Brionna Jones at 6'3", both, under center there in the paint. I just think she's going to have a hard time. So I'm going with Brionna Jones over her rebounds, and I'm not touching Kayla Thornton's rebounds, which is also set at 6.5. And then I have I have one more best bet for you. It's Satou Sabally under 7.5 rebounds against the Wings. She's over in 10 of 15, but she's under in 3 of the last 5 in those. And with Kahleah Copper on the court, she's under in 3 of 6. So as Kahleah Copper's been, integrating more into this offense, Satou Sabally has been being a little bit less aggressive with the rebounds and taking more threes. Which is, we bet on that last time and it cashed for us. So I'm just going to say she's going up against one of the best rebounding teams in the league, and she's been under this line consistently in the last 5 games, especially with Kahleah Copper now on the court. So I'm going to just take this under. Obviously, it's going to be tight. Might be a little bit sweaty, but I think we can get there. And then Satou, we're going with another bet of hers. This is just a lean because the payout is not a full payout. Otherwise, it would be a best bet. Satou Sabally over 1.5 3-pointers made. She's over in 8 of 15, and she's 100% against the Wings in their 2 games this season. So I think she can nail 2 or 3 here again. And so I've definitely already bet this. This is something I look for every week for Satou. Now that Kahleah Copper's back, it opens Satou up for more 3-pointers. And then Paige, we took her under last time, and we're doing it again. It didn't work for us, so if you just want to skip this, then feel free. But I'm going to exclude the points this time. I'm just going to do under 10.5 rebounds and assists. She's under in 9 of 14 games, and she's under against the Mercury twice already this year, and she's under in 7 of the last 8. I don't know if Arike Ogunbowale is going to play or not. We don't have any news on that. I think if Arike plays, there obviously is more potential for assists. Her assist line is 5.5 and it's juiced over to 6. And her rebounds line is at 4.5 and it's juiced under to 4. So if she hits her assist line like Vegas thinks she will, and misses her rebound line like Vegas thinks she will, that will only put her at 9. So we still have some wiggle room for her to get 1 more and still go under this line. This one's going to be scary, guys. It's always scary sweating out and under, especially against a star player like Paige. But hopefully she's just taking shots and not really facilitating very well against a Mercury defense that's top 5. And they've been able to play pretty good defense on these Wings. It's just Paige has been able to tear them up. So they are playing at home. The Mercury are playing at home. So the Wings are not going to be on their home court. Maybe that makes a difference and maybe it doesn't. The game at home with the Mercury last time is where Paige dropped like 45 points and assists on them. So we'll see. We'll let Paige get as many points as she wants and just hope that she doesn't facilitate the ball. So just to review, we are taking Kahleah Copper over 20.5 PR, Brianna Jones over 6.5 rebounds, Satou Sabally under 7.5 rebounds, and then our two leans are Satou Sabally over 1.5 3-pointers made, and Paige Bueckers under 10.5 rebounds and assists. If I have any other added plays, they will be in the pinned comment as always. I will also usually call them out on X. I did give you a plus money play in the Lynx game recently, yesterday, and that one did cash. I think I also gave a promo out. Oh, I gave you another plus money play for Sabrina today on her points line, and that cashed as well. So you take a look at X if you don't follow me there. And if you have a minute to like and subscribe, this will help push this out to more people. My picks will always be free, so I appreciate the free little things that you can do for me. Thanks.